In other news now, Theresa May is facing her biggest test yet. She has 3 days to get the approval from UK lawmakers for a Brexit deal, but the opposition is already running out of patience. Even before the session started this morning, the Labour Party had trained its guns on her. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn reiterated his demand for fresh elections if Theresa May's government fails to pass the Brexit deal. He also said that a general election would take priority over a second referendum on Brexit. He had made a similar statement in Parliament on Wednesday as well.
If the government cannot pass its most important legislation, then there must be a general election at the earliest opportunity. A government that cannot get its business through the House of Commons is no government at all. It's lost its mandate, so must go to the country to seek another. And if a general election cannot be secured, and we'll try, then we'll keep all options on the table, including the option of campaigning for a public vote. But an election must be and is the priority. It's not only the most practical option, it's also the most democratic option.
And my colleague Mandy Clark is now joining us from London for the very latest on this. So Mandy, of course, Jeremy Corbyn, they're making it clear that an election is a very, very viable option here and possibly the only option going forward.
Well, yes, that's Jeremy Corbyn's stance. What is interesting is that the polls haven't changed that much since the last snap general election. So it doesn't mean that Labour would get into power. And so in many ways, this is more politicking. We also have to remember that Jeremy Corbyn is pro-Brexit. His party supported remaining, but he himself wanted to leave. So he himself, as a leader, isn't pushing to remain in the European Union. And that has rubbed up a lot of Labour supporters the wrong way because most of the base that want this second referendum are from that Labour base. And the other issue is in polls is that a second referendum won't necessarily mean that the people will decide to remain in the EU. The general public really hasn't changed their view. There's still a lot of people who do support Brexit and a lot of people who don't. So all these are politics that are not solving the big problem, which is Brexit. The vote is on Tuesday, and she's expected to lose that. So it will be very difficult going ahead. She'll have to find 3 days to come up with a solution to it. But it's very difficult to see the Brexit solution. This is simply more politicking.
All right, Mandy, thanks very much indeed for joining us for the latest there on the Brexit.